Hello children, let us start quadratic equations. In our previous classes, we have studied quadratic equations with real coefficients and real roots. In this chapter, we will add two more variations. First is real coefficients and complex roots, and the second one is complex coefficients and complex roots. Now let us understand real polynomial and complex polynomial. First one is real polynomial. A polynomial given by fx is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus and so on up to an x to power n is called a real polynomial if its coefficients a0, a1, a2 and so on up to an as well as variable x both are real numbers. Similarly, a polynomial given by fx is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus and so on up to anx to power n is called a complex polynomial if its coefficients a0, a1, a2 and so on up to an as well as variable x both are complex numbers. Degree of a polynomial. A polynomial given by fx is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus and so on up to an x to power n. Whether this is a real polynomial or complex polynomial is called a polynomial of degree n. For example, x cube plus 2x square plus 3x plus 7 is a polynomial of degree 3. Here we see highest power of the variable. 2x square minus x plus 5 is a polynomial of degree 2 as the highest power of the variable x is 2. A polynomial of degree 1, 2, 3 and 4 has a special name. A polynomial of degree 1 is called linear polynomial. A polynomial of degree 2 is called quadratic polynomial. A polynomial of degree 3 is called cubic polynomial. And a polynomial of degree 4 is called biquadratic polynomial. Polynomial equation. If fx is a polynomial, then fx is equal to 0 is called a polynomial equation. If fx is a quadratic polynomial, then fx is equal to 0 is called quadratic equation. General form of quadratic equation is given by ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0. Coefficients a, b, c and variable x may be real or complex numbers. Roots of an equation. The values of the variable that satisfy a given equation are called its roots. So if x is equal to alpha is a root of the equation fx is equal to 0, then f alpha is equal to 0. Solution set. The set of all roots of an equation in a given domain is called the solution set of the equation. So a set consisting of members 1, 2 and 3 is the solution set of the equation x cube minus 6x square plus 11x minus 6 is equal to 0. Fundamental theorem of algebra. Every polynomial equation fx is equal to 0 has at least one root, real or imaginary. Every polynomial equation fx is equal to 0 of degree n has exactly n roots, real or imaginary. A quadratic equation has exactly two roots. If it has more than two roots, it becomes identity. So in quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, a is equal to 0, b is equal to 0 and c is equal to 0. Now let us see quadratic equations with real coefficients. Consider a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a, b and c are real and a is not equal to 0. We will find a formula to calculate its roots. Take a common. So inside the bracket it is x square plus b by ax plus c by a. This can be rewritten as x plus b by 2a whole square plus c by a minus b square by 4a square. This means either a is equal to 0 or this whole is equal to 0. Since a is not equal to 0, so this whole is equal to 0. That means x plus b by 2a whole square plus 4ac minus b square upon 4a square is equal to 0. Take this to other side of the equation. So it is x plus b by 2a whole square is equal to b square minus 4ac upon 4a square, or x plus b by 2a is equal to plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a, or x is equal to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So the two roots will be minus b plus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a and minus b minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Just now we have seen that roots of a quadratic equation are given by the formula minus b plus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a and minus b minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. b square minus 4ac is usually represented by letter capital D, which is known as discriminant of the quadratic equation. So roots can be written as minus b plus under root d upon 2a and minus b minus under root d upon 2a. We will consider four cases here. Case 1 when d is equal to 0. Case 2 when d is greater than 0 and perfect square. Case 3 when d is greater than 0 but not perfect square. And case 4 when d is less than 0. Case 1 when d is equal to 0. So under root part will be 0. So alpha is equal to beta is equal to minus b by 2a. Roots will be real and equal. Case 2 when d is greater than 0 and perfect square. So under root will go away. Roots will be rational and unequal. Case 3 when d is greater than 0 but not perfect square. That means under root will remain. So roots will be irrational and unequal. One important point to note here is irrational roots occur in conjugate pairs. That is, if one root is p plus under root q, then the other root will be p minus under root q. Case 4 when d is less than 0. That means b square minus 4ac is less than 0. So both the roots will be imaginary roots and they are given by minus b plus I under root 4ac minus b square upon 2a and minus b minus I under root 4ac minus b square upon 2a. One important point to note here as well is complex roots occur in conjugate pairs. That is, if one root is p plus iq, then other root will be p minus iq. That means alpha is equal to beta bar and beta is equal to alpha bar. Now let us see quadratic equations with complex coefficients. Consider the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where coefficients a, b and c are complex numbers and a is not equal to 0. Roots are given by the same formula, and that is minus b plus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a and minus b minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Replace b square minus 4ac by discriminant d. So roots can be written as minus b plus under root d upon 2a and minus b minus under root d upon 2a. We will consider only two cases here, when d is equal to 0 and when d is not equal to 0. We will not consider when d is greater than 0 or when d is less than 0, as we know that the inequality is not defined for complex numbers. Case 1 when d is equal to 0. So complex roots will be equal. Case 2 when d is not equal to 0, complex roots will not be equal. Two important points to note here is point number 1, in case of quadratic equations with real coefficients, complex roots occur in conjugate pairs. And point number 2, in case of quadratic equations with complex coefficients, complex roots may not be in conjugate pairs. For example, 4x square minus 4ix minus 1 is equal to 0 has both roots equal to 1 by 2i. Here coefficient of x is complex and that is minus 4i. If two roots of a quadratic equation are alpha and beta, then the quadratic equation is given by x minus alpha into x minus beta is equal to 0, or x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta is equal to 0. Here alpha plus beta is sum of the roots and alpha beta is product of the roots. Now let us see conditions of common roots of two quadratic equations. We will consider two cases. Case 1, when only one root is common, and case 2, when both roots are common. Case 1, when only one root is common. Suppose alpha is the common root in two quadratic equations, a1x square plus b1x plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x square plus b2x plus c2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to alpha will satisfy both the equations. We can write a1 alpha square plus b1 alpha plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2 alpha square plus b2 alpha plus c2 is equal to 0. Applying Cramer's rule, we can write alpha square upon b1 c2 minus b2 c1 is equal to alpha upon a2 c1 minus a1 c2 is equal to 1 upon a1 b2 minus a2 b1. We will study Cramer's rule in detail in determinants chapter. From this and this, we can write alpha is equal to a2 c1 minus a1 c2 upon a1 b2 minus a2 b1. And from this and this, we can write alpha is equal to b1 c2 minus b2 c1 upon a2 c1 minus a1 c2. So the condition for one common root is cross multiply. So we get a2 c1 minus a1 c2 whole square is equal to a1 b2 minus a2 b1 into b1 c2 minus b2 c1. Case 2, when both roots are common. Condition is given by a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2. You need to keep in mind these two conditions. Now let us solve some questions based on what we have learned so far. First question, if alpha beta are the roots of the equation x square plus px plus q is equal to 0, then minus 1 by alpha minus 1 by beta are the roots of the equation. These are the options given. It is given that alpha beta are the roots of the equation x square plus px plus q is equal to 0. This quadratic equation is in the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a is equal to 1, b is equal to p and c is equal to q. So sum of the roots alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, and that is minus p by 1. So it is minus p. Product of roots alpha beta is equal to c by a. So it is q by 1. So it is q. To get the quadratic equation whose roots are minus 1 by alpha and minus 1 by beta, we will find sum of the roots and product of the roots. So sum of the roots minus 1 by alpha and minus 1 by beta is given by minus alpha plus beta upon alpha beta. We will put value of alpha plus beta and alpha beta from here. So sum of the roots is p by q. Product of the roots minus 1 by alpha and minus 1 by beta is 1 by alpha beta. Value of alpha beta is q. So product of roots is 1 by q. So the quadratic equation whose roots are minus 1 by alpha and minus 1 by beta is given by x square minus sum of roots into x plus product of roots is equal to 0. Sum of roots is p by q and product of roots is 1 by q. So the quadratic equation is qx square minus px plus 1 is equal to 0. So the correct option is option D. Second question, the equation of the smallest degree with real coefficients having 1 plus I as one of the roots is. These are the options given. It is given that 1 plus I is one root of the equation. So the other root will be its conjugate, and that is 1 minus I. As we know that the complex root exists in conjugate pairs. To get the quadratic equation, we will calculate sum of the roots and product of the roots. Sum of the roots is 1 plus I plus 1 minus I. So it is 2. Product of the roots is 1 plus I into 1 minus I. This is in the form a plus b into a minus b. So it is a square minus b square. Value of I square is minus 1. So the product of roots is 2. So the quadratic equation will be x square minus sum of the roots into x plus product of the roots is equal to 0. Sum of the roots is 2 and product of the roots is 2. So the quadratic equation is x square minus 2x plus 2 is equal to 0. So the correct option is option B. Third question, the number of real roots of the equation x square plus 5 mod x plus 4 is equal to 0 is. The given equation is x square plus 5 mod x plus 4 is equal to 0. Critical point is x is equal to 0. So we will consider two cases, when x is greater than 0 and when x is less than 0. When x is greater than 0, mod x is equal to plus x. And when x is less than 0, mod x is equal to minus x. Case 1, when x is greater than 0. So x square plus 5 mod x plus 4 is equal to 0 will be written as x square plus 5x plus 4 is equal to 0. Its roots are given by minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So the roots are minus 1 and minus 4. Since x is greater than 0, so both the roots are rejected. Case 2, when x is less than 0. So mod x is equal to minus x. So the quadratic equation will be x square minus 5x plus 4 is equal to 0. Its roots are given by minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So the roots are 4 and 1. But x is less than 0. So both the roots are rejected. So finally, number of real roots of the given equation is 0. So the answer is 0. Fourth question, the number of real solutions of mod 2x minus x square minus 3 is equal to 1 is. These are the options given. The given equation is mod 2x minus x square minus 3 is equal to 1. This can be interpreted as whether this is positive or negative. Its value is 1. So we can write two equations. When this is positive, that is equal to 1, and when this is negative, that is also equal to 1. From equation 1, we get two roots as 1 plus minus root 3i. So both are complex roots. That means no real solutions from this equation. From equation number 2, we get two roots as 1 plus minus I. Again, both roots are complex. So no real solutions from this equation as well. So finally, number of real solutions are 0. So the correct option is option A. Fifth question, the value of a such that x square minus 11x plus a is equal to 0 and x square minus 14x plus 2a is equal to 0 may have a common root is. These are the options given. Suppose alpha is common root in both the equations. So it will satisfy both the equations. We can write alpha square minus 11 alpha plus a is equal to 0 and alpha square minus 14 alpha plus 2a is equal to 0. Solving both the equations, we get alpha is equal to a by 3. Put the value of alpha in first equation. So we get value of a as either 0 or 24. If the value of a is 0, then x square minus 11x plus 0 is equal to 0 and x square minus 14x plus 0 is equal to 0. That means x square minus 11x is equal to x square minus 14x, which gives x is equal to 0, which is not correct. So a is equal to 0 is rejected. So finally, a is equal to 24. So the correct option is option C. Sixth question, the value of under root 6 plus under root 6 plus under root 6 plus and so on up to infinity is. Suppose x is equal to under root 6 plus under root 6 plus under root 6 plus and so on up to infinity. So this can be written as x is equal to under root 6 plus. This whole part can be replaced by x because infinity minus 1 is also equal to infinity. So x is equal to under root 6 plus x. Now square both the sides. So it is x square is equal to 6 plus x or x square minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. This can be factorized as x plus 2 into x minus 3. So x is either equal to minus 2 or plus 3. X is equal to minus 2 is rejected because the square root of a real number is always positive. So x is equal to 3 is the final answer. So we will fill 3 here. Seventh question, if alpha beta are the roots of the equation x square plus px plus 1 is equal to 0, gamma delta are the roots of the equation x square plus qx plus 1 is equal to 0, then alpha minus gamma into alpha plus delta into beta minus gamma into beta plus delta is equal to. It is given that alpha and beta are the roots of equation x square plus px plus 1 is equal to 0. So alpha plus beta is equal to minus p and alpha beta is equal to 1. Suppose this is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. Similarly, gamma and delta are the roots of equation x square plus qx plus 1 is equal to 0. So gamma plus delta is equal to minus q and gamma delta is equal to 1. Suppose this is equation number 3 and this is equation number 4. We have to get the value of alpha minus gamma into alpha plus delta into beta minus gamma into beta plus delta. We will multiply these two together and these two together. When we multiply these two together, we get alpha square minus gamma delta plus alpha delta minus alpha gamma. When we multiply these two together, we get beta square minus gamma delta plus beta delta minus beta gamma. Value of gamma delta is equal to 1. So we will put 1 here. So we get alpha square minus 1 plus alpha into delta minus gamma. And here we get beta square minus 1 plus beta into delta minus gamma. Now we will multiply these two together. So when alpha square minus 1 is multiplied with beta square minus 1, we get the first term as alpha square minus 1 into beta square minus 1. When alpha into delta minus gamma is multiplied with beta into delta minus gamma, we get alpha beta into delta minus gamma whole square as second term. When we multiply alpha square minus 1 with beta into delta minus gamma, we get the third term as alpha square minus 1 into beta into delta minus gamma. And when we multiply beta square minus 1 with alpha into delta minus gamma, we get the fourth term as beta square minus 1 into alpha into delta minus gamma. We will solve first term, second term and third and fourth combined. So from first term we get 4 minus p square. From second term we get q square minus 4. And from third and fourth combined we get 0. So our desired answer is this plus this, and that is q square minus p square. So we will fill q square minus p square here. Last question, if alpha beta are roots of the equation x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0, then the equation whose roots are alpha to power 19 and beta to power 7 is, given that alpha beta are roots of the equation x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. So roots are given by minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So roots come out to be minus 1 plus minus root 3i by 2. Suppose alpha is equal to minus 1 by 2 plus root 3i by 2. So beta is equal to minus 1 by 2 minus root 3i by 2. Alpha can be written as cos 2 pi by 3 plus I sin 2 pi by 3, and beta can be written as cos 2 pi by 3 minus I sin 2 pi by 3. We have to find the quadratic equation whose roots are alpha to power 19 and beta to power 7. First, we will simplify them. So alpha to power 19 is equal to cos 2 pi by 3 plus I sin 2 pi by 3 to the power 19. Applying the Myers theorem, power will be multiplied with the angles. So it will be cos 38 pi by 3 plus I sin 38 pi by 3. 38 pi by 3 can be written as 2 pi into 6 plus 2 pi by 3. Now this is in the form 2 n pi plus theta, which will be equal to theta. So this can be written as cos 2 pi by 3 plus I sin 2 pi by 3. And this is equal to alpha. So alpha to power 19 is equal to alpha. Let us simplify beta to power 7. So beta to power 7 is equal to cos 2 pi by 3 minus I sin 2 pi by 3 to the power 7. Now applying the Myers theorem, it will be cos 14 pi by 3 minus I sin 14 pi by 3. Power will be multiplied with the angles. 14 pi by 3 can be written as 2 pi into 2 plus 2 pi by 3. This is in the form 2 n pi plus theta, which is equal to theta. So this can be written as cos 2 pi by 3 minus I sin 2 pi by 3, which is equal to beta. So beta to power 7 is equal to beta. So we have got the result as alpha to power 19 is equal to alpha and beta to power 7 is equal to beta. So the quadratic equation whose roots are alpha to power 19 and beta to power 7 will be same as whose roots are alpha and beta. So this is the required quadratic equation. So our answer will be x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. In next video, we will see graphical representation of quadratic expressions. If you have a question, you can ask me on my Discord server. If you have not subscribed my channel yet, please do so.